arising out of this cycle of violence.
Also, I want to urge the government and the security apparatus to do something on this kind of occurrence, which is actually happening every now and then. We ask the communities that lives between the two counties to really work on peace and harmony.
The Marsabit, Isiolo and Wajir borders has been an epicenter of chaos stretching along the vast corridors of Eldas and Wajir West constituencies over the past few months. Although peace meetings have been held to halt aggression, the conflicts are far from getting over.
Sisi kama wafugaji, ukiwa Mturkana, ukiwa Mbedile, ukiwa Mborana, ukiwa Msomali tumesumbuana. Wakenya wengine wanaishi vizuri pamoja. Sijui sisi wafugaji kwa tusiishi pamoja. Kila wakati ni vituko tunatokezea, tunauana bure.
We used to have a relationship with the Borana community in the past, and even to the point that we've been termed as brothers. They used to say Borana Ali and Dugodi Ali, you know, and that relationship has been there.
Majority of homes have been torched in the area in the recent past following the border conflicts. Security along the corridors of eastern and northeastern region has been marred with loss of lives and cattle rustling. The government has imposed curfew in some counties and pushed to uphold cohesion amongst pastoral communities. But for affected residents of Wajir County, they demand nothing short of justice and pacification of grazing fields so that their livelihood too is not crippled. Esadin Haji, TV 47, Garsey off to location, Wajir County.
Thank you, Haji, for giving us a detailed insight on the sad state of affairs in Isiolo and Wajir counties. And may our condolences to the family and friends of those deeply affected, inclusive of the Masimba victims as well. May justice be served. Now on to election matters, as the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has constituted 3 panels to hear 262 disputes that originated from the just concluded registration exercise. The Wafula Chebukati led the commission kicked off its hearings at the Milimani Law Courts with all the disputes set to be heard and determined within 10 days. Mwangi Maina with the details.
So Simon Buru Juguna, absent. RO, returning officer.
The Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission Dispute Resolution Committee hearings will be domiciled at the Milimani Law Courts, where the 3 panels constituted by IBC Chairman Wafula Chebukati will hear and determine 262 petitions filed by disgruntled aspirants who are locked out of the August polls.
We want to do this fairly and transparently for everybody to leave here when they are satisfied.
Some of the complainants who have filed petitions with the IEBC include presidential aspirants Ruben Kigame, Ekuru Aukot of the Third Way Alliance Party, and Jimmy Wanjigi of the Safina Party. The 3 have lodged complaints against Wafula Chebukati, the presidential election returning officer. Chebukati will appear before the panel. 2 petitions have also been filed challenging the nomination of Polycarp Igathe and Johnson Sakaja, the Nairobi gubernatorial candidates. With the panels kicking off the hearings, IEBC Chairman Wafula Chebukati says the determination of every petition heard will be delivered within 48 hours.
Decisions will be delivered within 48 hours of the hearing. The typed decisions and orders will be availed to the parties at the time decisions will be delivered. So that if anybody is not satisfied, they'll have a chance also to proceed to the court for other remedies.
Chebukati has assured all petitioners of a fair hearing, asking those who will not be satisfied with the outcome to seek redress in court.
It is an election process subject to scrutiny, and I urge you committee members to adhere to the principles of natural justice, let everybody be heard, and also strict adherence to the Constitution.
A majority of the disgruntled aspirants who had their petitions today were vying for MC and Member of Parliament's positions, with the hearings slated to continue tomorrow. Mwangi Maina, TV 47.
Now, Azimiya One Kenya running mate Martha Karua now says the coalition will ensure it has only one candidate in areas where there are many aspirants. Karua, who was in a charm offensive in Murang'a County, said the move will enable the coalition clinch as many seats as possible in the August polls. Here's Paul Kirobi with the details.
Azimiya One Kenya running mate Martha Karua today took the Azimiya campaigns to Murang'a County, where she alluded to the fact that the coalition will strive to have one candidate in various areas by the end of this month to ensure that the coalition clinches as many seats as possible in the next polls.
Tutafanya hiyo kwa njia ya uwazi na utahusishwa. Hakuna mtu atakuja kupitisha mambo yako bila wewe. Utakuwepo na hatutakuwa na mapendeleo. Ni kuangalia ni nani ataweza kupeperusha bendera na tuibuke washindi.
Her rallying call to Murang'a residents to ensure Odinga clinches the presidency in the August polls. She has urged residents to make a sober decision by electing leaders with integrity.
Kwa hivyo wakati wa uchaguzi, jambo moja la muhimu ni kuona ya kwamba tumewachagua viongozi bora kutoka kwa kila nyadhifa. Na watu wengi tunaangalia sana kiti ya juu ya president, hiyo tu ndio tunafikiria ni uchaguzi. Ujumbe wangu leo, kiti yote ni muhimu.
Kila siku naona watu wanaiba pesa ya serikali, tukiangalia ministry pesa imeibiwa. Tukiangalia shirika hii pesa imeibiwa. Kwa vile tunajua utapigana na hii adui ya Kenya. Sisi kama watu wa Murang'a tutasimama na wewe kabisa mkiwa na baba.
Wakiungana na Raila Amolo Odinga, Kenya itakuwa safi, uongozi bora na wakora hata kuja kutuvuruga.
Elsewhere, Siaya Senator James Orengo has urged the youth and women in the country to elect leaders who have their interests at heart in the next general election.
Viongozi ambao ni wezi hawaheshimiki. Ukiona kiongozi mwizi, huyo si mheshimiwa. Ukiona kiongozi mwizi, muite mwizi. Yaani mwizi ni mwizi. Mwizi ni nini? Mwizi.
Tomorrow, Raila and Kalonzo are expected to launch a charm offensive in Ukambani region, traversing through Machakos, Makueni and Kitui counties. Paul Kirobi, TV47.
Still on the political helm, Deputy President William Ruto has promised to deal with unemployment menace among the youth once he ascends to power by investing over 100 billion Kenya shillings in job creation. Further, Ruto and the Kenya Kwanza Brigade criticized their opponents in the Azimiya One Kenya coalition, saying they lack a clear agenda for the nation. Elizabeth Mutuko reports.
The Kenya Kwanza train traversed through Nyandarua and Laikipia counties with a bag full of goodies.
Kubaliana na kitendawili atubadilishe katiba tuongeze vyeo ya viongozi.
First on the Deputy President William Ruto's agenda was a meeting with small-scale traders and investors in a bid to understand their plight ahead of August polls. Ruto promised to deal with unemployment menace among the youth by investing over 100 billion shillings, which will be used in investment projects for the youth.
Ngwana wa Laikipia, ya kwamba mwaka huu tuko na mpango makusudi, tuko na deliberate plan ya kupanga ajira ya hawa vijana, na tumesema tunaweka pesa bilioni 100 pesa ya serikali kupanga ajira ya hawa vijana kama priority yetu number 1.
Leaders allied to the Kenya Kwanza Alliance took a swipe at the Azimiya One Kenya opponents for what they termed as lack of mwananchi-oriented agenda and track record despite being in the government for decades.
Track record yenu, watu wa tikiti ya madharau iko wapi? Hawa watu wako na track record? Wako na track record yoyote? Hatuwezi. Mimi nataka niwaambie wa Kenya, as the people of Kenya, we don't have the luxury to gamble with the future of our country.
The leaders continue to drum up support for Ruto's presidential bid and the bottom-up economic agenda.
Tutasupport wewe kwa sababu moja peke yake. Kwa sababu wewe ndio uko na mjadala ndiye iko na ile kitabu tuliandika na mtu anaitwa Uhuru Kenyatta, na wewe ndiye unaweza endesha umalize kazi ya Big Four na Laikipia iendelee mbele.
Kazi mtaani ni kazi ya vijana wote wa Kenya, na kama bunge tulipitisha pesa, wale vijana wako kazi mtaani wanafaa kuwa wanalipwa 1,000 per day.
Mumeamua tarehe 9 ni nani? Tarehe 9 ni nani? Can I put the question? Tarehe 9 wale watachagua William Samoei Ruto. As many as a lot of people say aye.
Ati Laikipia mmesemaje? Na Nyahururu mmesemaje?
Elizabeth Mutuku, TV47.
Moving on, a section of the business community in Gilgil, Nakuru County are up in arms accusing officers from the power distribution company Kenya Power of corruption. According to the business community, the Kenya Power is riddled with cartels who continue to fleece them of their hard-earned money. Willie Dennis Njiru with the details.
The Kenya Power office in Gilgil, Nakuru County is under duress from the business community in the region to rectify its numerous graft clamor that has formed a cartel of collecting funds from its customers in the guise of illegal connections.
They are telling me to pay again 319 and paid earlier, 319,000 and then paid 250,000 when that line was being constructed. So that my company have had without electricity for almost 1 year now. If it was illegal, since 2017 I've been using that power. Why didn't they come? And they have been coming there. And they have never told me it was illegal connection.
The business community here stated that they have run into losses running into hundreds of thousands of shillings in power outages, prompted by disconnection by the same Kenya Power staff that connected them to the power.
He doesn't talk about the money. He writes it somewhere. And he never leaves that paper. He never left me with a DI to show me how I had stolen the electricity.
Kwa niniletea quotation ya 2 million, almost 2 million. Kwa imebaki kidogo sana ifike 2 million. Nilienda nikauliza 2 million ni ya nini? Kwa nini naweka transformer hapa? So wakanisubua sana mpaka mwisho kabisa wakakataa kunisaidia. Mimi nikatafuta connections za Kenya Power through their page in Facebook, and by the way wale watu wako head office sio watu wabaya, kwa sababu walinisaidia na wakanitumia quotation ya 17,000 na some hundreds there. I paid immediately.
They say that those who have attempted the whistleblow have faced sabotage with inflated power bills as a form of discipline and a lesson to others.
William Mwema, within his own words, he said we have to clear the bill so that he can be able to bill 700,000 into that account. So I asked him, why should you bill me 700,000 and since June you have not even come to show me how you have investigated my case, and you never even left me the document. All of a sudden I found my account, which I pay around 21,000 to 30,000. I found it with 723,000 billing, which was disconnected. Right now as we talk, none of my businesses is working. How can I pay 360,000 to Kenya Power a year and still I'm still stealing? What am I stealing then? Where was Kenya Power for 4 years, 4 good years? Where were they? That they never knew that I was stealing power.
In our quest for a right of reply from the alleged boss William Mwema at the Gilgil Kenya Power office, we found him right outside the office, who instead directed us to his senior office for the claims.
I don't know. Kindly please consult the end office. They will give you the information. Whoever has an evidence can bring.
They are now calling upon the national team to address the issue before it escalates any further. Reporting for TV47 from Gilgil in Nakuru County, I'm Willie Dennis Njiru.
Now, a section of Maasai leaders and professionals from Narok County have condemned the ongoing evictions of the Maasai community from their ancestral land in Ngorongoro Conservation Area in neighboring Tanzania. The leaders, led by Narok North MP Moitalel Ole Kenta, say renewed efforts to evict the Maasai from their ancestral land in the north of the country is uncalled for. However, the Tanzanian government says this this is necessary to protect the wildlife. Paul Muniu reports.
The leaders led by Narok North Member of Parliament Moitalel Ole Kenta have criticized the move by the Tanzanian authorities, terming the eviction as inhumane.
I wish to strongly condemn such inhuman and barbaric and merciless acts meted against our people in Tanzania.
Ni uchungu sana kuona President Mama anaumiza watu. Tunafurahi tukiona uongozi wa mama, lakini jamani unatu let down. President Suluhu.
They should not be treated like trespassers, because they are not. It's those people who want to take over their land who are trespassers and illegal occupiers of the land. And I believe the whole world should condemn it.
Kenta, who is eyeing the Narok gubernatorial seat, highlighted the many contributions made by the Maasai community, among them promoting tourism.
The Tanzanian authorities should take recognition of their contribution to the national economies in form of wild meat production, tourism, culture, and the ways they respect and have maintained the ecosystem in which they live must be protected, and they must remain within what they have conserved for centuries.
He also announced that he had constituted a group of lawyers to file an urgent case at the International Court of Justice over what he termed as infringement of the rights of the indigenous community.
I wish to task the Maasai lawyers in Kenya to show solidarity with their fellow Maasai, people of Tanzania, and immediately file a case both in the East African Court of Justice in Tanzania and the ICJ in The Hague to address these unacceptable violations of the human rights.
The leaders also called upon Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta to intervene by talking to his Tanzanian counterpart, Suluhu Hassan, to stop the evictions.
Ongeeni na huyu mama president wa Tanzania. Akumbuke watoto wa Maasai wameumia kabisa. Kama mama, uchungu ni mingi. Kama ni wanyama ndio more important kushinda wananchi. Sijui wewe ni president wa wanyama ama president wa wananchi.
The Tanzanian authorities are said to have evicted the pastoralists in order to make way for a game reserve which reportedly will be used by the United Arab Emirates royal family. Paul Munio, TV 47.
Now it is time to shift the focus into matters of sports as the national rugby 15s team, Kenya Simbas, were earlier today in fine form as they clobbered South Africa's from Eastern Province Elephants with scores of 41-24 to end their maiden Currie Cup First Division competition on a high at the RFUEA grounds